Now, over the years, I've played a few Christmas-themed games on this channel. Some good, some bad, and some really bad games. But I've never played a Christmas game with a Santa Claus as badass as this one. Forget giving out presents, playing a weird game of Breakout, riding a sleigh. This Santa simply walks the streets, packing heat. It's Santa with a pistol. It's Santa with a shotgun. It's Santa with a grenade launcher. It's Santa with a big mother humping minigun. Wow, what more could you ask for this Christmas? It's a shame then that after that initial high, that when you actually start to play the game, you realise just how basic this concept is, as you simply move to the right of the screen, walking through a level very slowly, shooting at anything that gets in your way or creeps up behind you until you reach a big bad monster at the end. After killing that, you'll then walk a bit more to the end of the level on the right, and then repeat this over and over again in all of the levels. Eventually, you'll find that your starting pistol is no longer strong enough, so you'll need to spend the money you earn per kill on a new weapon, though eventually that weapon will become too weak against the stronger enemies, forcing you to then buy another gun and use that instead, repeating this process over and over until you've unlocked everything. Every time you buy a new weapon, you'll pop a trophy, but the pistol, revolver, and even the shotgun are a real pain to use, as you have to spam the button for every shot really quickly, so your hand will soon tire. These guns make the levels slower, as it takes more shots to kill the enemies, and you can't just run through them, and it will also make you tired, possibly even hurt your hand as you spam that button constantly over and over, and you'll definitely end up getting bored of the game quicker as a result. Things ease up slightly upon unlocking the automatic weapons, as they are stronger and you only need to hold the button in, so mowing down enemies becomes more fun. The biggest threat in this game though isn't actually the monsters, but instead the trees that are placed in the foreground of the screen, as the game seems to have a nasty habit of cheaply spawning in an enemy behind these as you walk past a tree, and a lot of times I would just die out of seemingly nowhere after going past one of these trees thinking it was clear, only to later realise when watching the clip back that it spawned an enemy exactly on top of me as I walked past it. That is just BS. And because you have to replay the whole of the level, it just wastes your time every time this cheap death happens. The best strategy with this game though is to try and save your money for the shotgun and then the rifle, and then try and wait it out until you've got 10,000 for the minigun, because once you unlock that trophy and the gun, the challenge of the game is pretty much over, as no enemies will last long against the might of the minigun. It's weird then that the game doesn't end at level 30 and instead makes you carry on for another 10 levels to reach level 40 and unlock the final trophy. It's really odd to me, as there's nothing new in those last 10 levels. There's no new enemies, no new stage backgrounds, no new bosses, no guns that you'll unlock, and no big final ending to the game with no big final boss to kill. The level 40 trophy just really shouldn't be there in my opinion, as it was tedious having to continue to play what is essentially the same level that I've already played 30 times over another 10 times, because I, like most players, would have unlocked all of the weapons by level 30 and got all of the kill related trophies. Now, it's not the worst grind in the world to do these extra 10 levels, don't get me wrong, and at least it has a platinum trophy, but for me, Santa's Monster Shootout is an alternative Christmas game that really could have done without that level 40 trophy, so I didn't have to play those redundant extra 10 levels. So for me, Santa's Monster Shootout gets a very Christmassy BS rating of